Hi everyone. I was actually going to come on and do Scorpio or Cancer, but I'm actually feeling to jump into the Earth sign, so I will go back for Cancer and Scorpio, but I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to start with Taurus because it's really prominent in my energy right now. So I hope everyone's doing well, and I am doing personal reads, so if you are interested in that, please feel free to email me. So let's get started. Okay, that was like the worst shuffle ever. So Taurus, you guys have a very interesting energy right now. So you actually have the schizophrenia card in reversed. This is like my mental health card. This is coming out of something that kept you in between worlds or like at split minds about something. So you have innocence here. I feel like you're regaining some type of clarity, some type of wisdom. And the reason why I say regain is because you've always had this wisdom. It's just like it was clouded, it was cluttered. Like, you know, things happen in the world that kind of, you know, make us, you know, forget the essence of our truth, right? So I feel like you're taking a step back from a situation, Taurus. I actually feel like you're no longer putting yourself at risk, or you're trying to, and when I say putting yourself at risk, I mean like putting yourself at risk for like emotional exhaustion. So you have innocence and then isolation in reverse. So you're coming out of something. And then you actually have conditioning here. So yeah, Taurus, 100%, you're absolutely coming out of something right now. And I feel like this is something that's gone on for a very, very long time. Like a cycle, something, a process. Because for the innocence card to come out, it's like there's some type of wisdom that's been gained or relearned. And I say this because it's like we do this, you know, depending on what your beliefs are, lifetimes and lifetimes, right? We spend lifetimes learning lessons. So there's like a remembrance as well. But you're coming out of a state of isolation for sure. Coming out of a state of illusionment, coming out of a state of being split at two minds. Learning to listen to yourself, to trust your intuition, to be comfortable in the present moment. You shed and let go of a lot of things that were no longer fitting you. It was like you were trying to fit into something that like you weren't. It's like you weren't meant to, like, it's like overstaying something. Overstaying, like, I'm sorry, my dog might open my door right now. I can hear him. He's right outside the door. So he might jump up and hit it. So if you hear a loud bang, it's him, and the door will probably open. But you're leading to some type of abundance. And it's coming at you fairly quickly. This conditioning, I feel like you could even be connecting with a Leo. This could be somebody else too. This could be an outside energy as well, that you've pulled back your energy, you're isolated from, or you spent time healing, you cocooned yourself in a way. Because you were dealing with an energy that was maybe split at two minds, or like couldn't make a decision, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And someone chose to go within, and the other person still had conditionings to break, or still had conditionings to work through. But with this intensity and abundance, it's like this lion, this Leo energy is like coming out of this cocoon, is like literally breaking out of this cocoon. And the reason why I say that is because of the way that I'm seeing the card, because it's like all this like cocoon crystallized material, and then like that's kind of how I'm seeing like all these like little sheeps and like all these little things. It's like this lion like bursting out of this cocoon, and it's like somebody taking that power back. in a sense, for themselves even. But there's an energy here where it's like there could be an energy here that turned their back on a situation because of some type of like hibernation period. And again, it's like you got to focus on yourself. It looked like this person might have been focused on clearing of the mind, where this person was focused on conditionings. And it's like two simultaneous lessons kind of taking place at the same time between two energies. You could have an earth energy, you could have a fire energy here. Either way, the intensity of the situation's picking up. So I feel like this is almost something, it's like you might even be leading the way in a way. Like you're leading the way in some shape or form. Like I don't know if you've already learned this lesson, and so you've kind of like turned your back on it because it's like you understand that this other energy needs to just kind of go through it. And by turning your back and choosing to go within with that wisdom, to not be at split minds, to not be indecisive. Two of Cups just wanted to fall out, but it didn't. But it like popped out of the deck. So obviously there's some type of connection, strong connection here, where it's almost like you're leading the way by like trusting your intuition, by trusting the wisdom that you've gained, and it's actually like clearing the way for somebody else. It's like a pathway being opened for somebody, and it's like, it's almost like somebody like either you or the person you're connecting with like lit the way of this path, because like one of you might be farther along in like understanding something or like learning some type of a lesson, and it could be like this earth energy that I feel, this air earth energy, especially with the clouds over here, and you have like a fire energy over here. This earth energy is like leading the way in a way, like it's like paving the road or like clearing the path. And then this Leo is kind of like, this Leo energy is kind of like watching you do it, watching this person clear the way. Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Wands. So it's like clearing that way, setting those boundaries, fighting for what you believe in, standing up. It's like you cleared the way for somebody, you showed somebody the way. Like this person was like very stuck in their illusions, very caught up in conditionings. And by whatever went down, or however you handled the situation, or whatever you chose to do, Taurus, like, because I'm going to assume that this is your energy over here being Earth, by reshifting your focus, or just by simply being you, you actually opened up a path for this other energy, or you cleared the way for this energy to see, like, okay, I can get down this path, because maybe to them it was very cloudy. And it's like you brought like this light that kind of like illuminated some type of process for this person. And so it's like coming out of that isolation, feeling like it's safe. Because like, you know, with cats, like felines in general, like, because I have a cat at home too, so, but like when my cat doesn't feel, or like say for example, like there's somebody new in the house, or like somebody that he doesn't recognize, he'll stay like hidden until he feels comfortable to come out. And I have to make that space comfortable for him to come out, so that he knows like, hey, this, you know, this person isn't a threat, they're a friend, you know. And then he starts to kind of come around, and then he starts like watching the person, but he'll watch from a distance. And then, you know, slowly but surely my cat will eventually come up to them. But it's like if you know, you know what I'm trying to say, and the importance of it. But it's like, I don't want to compare somebody to like a cat, but that's kind of like the behavior where it's like this person has to feel safe. And so like by you making the environment the way that you do, it's very Venus energy, it's very Taurus energy, by being comfortable, by being nurturing, by being loving and being open and being wise and focused on yourself, you actually created an environment for somebody to feel safe, for them to let their guard down, to come out of this isolation, this cocoon type of energy that they were in. Because I almost feel like this lion, or this Leo energy that I just want to say Leo, like this fire energy that you have over here definitely went through a time period with isolation where they felt like they had to protect themselves. They felt like they had to shield themselves. They felt like they felt like they have to, see, this Leo energy has to trust its environment. Point blank, has to trust its environment. And I feel like you're giving this person like some type of like burst or like confidence or motivation in a way that they can overcome whatever this is, right? With intensity and abundance. You have the Three of Wands here. So this is like daydreaming, wishful thinking, planning, wanting to travel, daydreaming. Somebody's watching you from a distance. You could be at a distance from this person. This person could be like wanting to travel, could be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is somebody who is very grounded in communication, but they definitely tend to be sometimes aloof, but they know how to have a conversation. This is somebody who's very direct. You have this Five of Pentacles over the isolation card. This is interesting. Let me keep pulling. Oh, and then you have the Queen of Swords. So obviously a counterpart situation here. We got masculine and feminine. So you have an energy here where somebody was like watching how somebody did something. There could be a separation between two people. Both of you could have strong air in your chart, or both of you are just coming in as air signs. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. This Five of Pentacles between you two tells me that there's some type of distance with the Three of Wands, or there's some type of emotional vacancy. Or like feeling left out. And I feel like it might be this Queen of Swords, because you have two energies here that are matching the same demeanor. And you have this King of Swords matching the same demeanor as this Lion. And so the way that I'm seeing it is there's this feminine energy, again, changed their focus and chose with the Five of Pentacles to kind of put something out, or to not focus on it, because it's, I don't want to say that this is like cold, but I want to say that like the Queen of Swords definitely has been through enough of their own lessons and trials to know what's fair and just, and to know that this person needs to be held accountable and needs to do the work themselves. And so I feel like with this Five of Pentacles, it's almost like this Queen of Swords is still open to conversation, is still open to communicating. But this King of Swords is trying to like master some type of energy. And this Queen of Swords isn't going to accept any type of like isolation or conditionings, because the Queen of Swords knows how to get out of them. So I almost feel like you, in a roundabout way, whether it was directly or indirectly, you force somebody to be held accountable for like how they, it's like forcing someone to be held accountable with just their own life, like their own like actions and morals and judgments. And with this Ace of Pentacles falling between the King of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords, this King of Swords wants to make some type of offer, and it's a big offer, or it's the beginning of something that has potential to grow. But then there's this Five of Swords, so it's like feeling defeated in the process over the Five of Pentacles. This is also like, could be like win at all costs type of mentality, but it really got them nowhere. It's like you're dealing with this like King of Swords energy who felt like this combative like type of like back and forth energy was gonna like get them somewhere with some type of an offer, but the Queen of Swords was like, no, it's not justified. Like, you know, the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Judgment in the way that I see it. Like, the Queen of Swords passes judgment, the King of Swords passes judgment. Like, very Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, intellectual, knows how to have a conversation, knows how to like talk about what needs to be talked about. But with this King of Swords, with the Five of Swords, you could have been dealing with an energy who chose to put themselves at a disadvantage because of the way that they chose to handle something through conversation, through speaking, not being clear. Like, this is wanting to make an offer so that somebody doesn't lose. And it ended up like putting them on the outs, like at a distance, feeling left out in the cold, because this Queen of Swords turned her back, or his back, whoever's in feminine energy turned their backs. And broke out of some type of conditioning in the process, on their own level, not just with this King of Swords. So this Queen of Swords was definitely dealing with something with the Devil here. But let me see what we got. Hold on, this is way too many cards. It just fell out. That's a lot. So let's see what this Devil is kind of doing here, whether it's a component or whether it's an energy, whether it's material. Could be toxicity. But with it being with the Queen of Swords, I almost feel like this is somebody like literally, like, I want to say hell-bent on not putting up with the past situations, or not putting up with things that make them feel defeated, or things that make them feel like they're competing or that they have to argue with. This Queen of Swords turned her back on something. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, because I'm like, you have an energy that watches you from a distance, that admires you, but what is going on between this Five of Pens, Five of Swords? Like, is this like communication issues? You have the Devil with the Queen of Swords. That comes off very blunt to me, very direct to me. And then you have the Tower. What is this Devil and the Queen of Swords about with conditionings? Ace of Swords. Clarity. Truth. A conversation, something being spoken. I don't necessarily think that this is something toxic. I think that this is somebody who has Capricorn in their chart for sure, who takes control of a situation. This Queen of Swords can be very good with, this Queen of Swords could be in business, or be an entrepreneur to some degree, or be very good with money. And then you have this King of Swords over here with the Five of Pence. This Devil card is giving me like bodyguard type of energy. Like, what? It's like this Devil card is like protecting this Queen of Swords somehow. And I don't know if it's like a Capricorn energy, or if this is like, I've never gotten this from the Devil card before, but this is like, I want to say like you laid it down with somebody, like with this Devil card, like it's almost like this Queen of Swords, whatever that's about. This Queen of Swords, like, brought out this dark side, not quote unquote dark side, but like, because again, what is dark, right? We have duality, we have polarity. So this is necessary. Whatever energy this Queen of Swords is in is like a do not fuck with me type of energy. Like, you bring out this Capricorn energy with this Queen of Swords. It's like, whew. Damn. You got the Empress at the bottom of the deck with the High Priestess. See what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Like, this is powerful energy. Like, this feminine energy is powerful. Like, take no shit. This King of Swords is like, I don't know if they thought that they could come in and kind of like, I want to say like muscle up on a situation, or like they felt like they could control how it went down, especially with the Five of Swords. But it's like this devil is like putting a stop to this Five of Swords in a way, and I've never gotten that off of this devil card before. But it's like this Capricorn type of energy with the devil card and the Queen of Swords. It's like they put a complete stop to whatever this argumentative back and forth energy was. And then here's this Tower with Scorpio energy here, where it's like, I don't know if somebody thought that they were going to get an offer. There's also a situation that I'm seeing with the Queen of Swords where something was brought to their attention. Could have been from a Capricorn. But again, I feel like this is like the Queen of Swords embodying like this type of energy. And I don't feel it in a toxic way. I actually feel it in a very powerful, like protective type of energy. So I don't know what that's about. It could be a spirit guide. It could be, I know, this could be like I don't know, some of you might work with like deities. There's an energy here. It's very protective. And is like very protective over this like Queen of Swords energy. This Queen of Swords is somebody who's very fair, very just, and has been through enough shit to know the truth, to see something for what it is, to see past beyond the illusion of conditioning. This King of Swords is kind of throwing me off a little bit because I can't tell if he's coming in trying to make an offer or if he's coming in like with just a Tower moment. Tell me more about this King of Swords. Like another five. Five of Wands. I feel like you were dealing with somebody who was not only dealing with other people, but they were just conflicted within themselves, conflicted with money, conflicted with their own thoughts. Like this person, it's like everything was conflicted with them. Like the way that they, like, I don't know. Where is this King of Swords? They feel like they missed an opportunity, but you have the Four of Cups with the Three of Swords, so there's something here in the past that went down. Whether they were entertaining too many people, or vice versa, or like too many people got involved with a situation, they were listening to other people, taking other people's words or advice that maybe might not have been the best advice. And they ended up kind of putting themselves out at a distance or out in the cold. So this Three of Swords with the Four of Cups is like really feeling ignored, feeling left out, feeling... This could even be like somebody who wasn't grateful for something or like wasn't seeing what the universe was trying to give them. Like this King of Swords energy, because this is what I clarified, like this is the clarifier for the King of Swords. It's like this King of Swords didn't see what type of opportunity they had in front of them, or they didn't like see it. They were conflicted, whether it be with people, places, things, their own mind, their own head, with the schizophrenia card, the isolation card. Like, you have 3 fives on the board. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Wands, like, pertaining to this other energy. This Queen of Swords, I feel like, is not even paying attention to this or isn't even being affected by this because of this Devil card here. Whether that be them just stepping into their own material wealth or, like, them mastering some type of material practice. Like, the devil isn't necessarily always toxic. Like, the devil is... Sorry, I have a pop-up on my computer. The devil isn't necessarily always a toxic card, depending on the surrounding cards. In this circumstance, this is like an empowerment thing. This is like somebody that knows... This Queen of Swords just has very strong energy. Very, very strong energy. Like, very protected, very grounded, very secure. Knows how to cut through the bullshit. Knows how to see the truth. Knows how to call the truth. Calls it like they see it. Could have strong Capricorn in their chart. This person knows They're like, they know, especially with the double swords here. This other energy, like, is very chaotic, very, like, I don't want to say messy, but like kind of messy, because they have a lot of other energies like influencing them or like affecting them, or like I know the Two of Pentacles now, but it's very like back and forth juggling type of energy. And I feel like this energy felt like they were going to win and ended up losing because of like how they chose to communicate, or how they chose to interact. Like, it wasn't very clear. It was a lot of influence. And then boom, here's this Tower moment. But I feel like there's a strong sense of somebody feeling defeated. They could be worried about competition. They could be thinking a lot about it, wondering how they're going to make this offer, or how they're going to come in with this Ace of Pentacles. But this is somebody, again, with the Five of Swords over here, very mentally conflicted, and also like very like Moon in Aquarius, like not like, the reason why I say Moon in Aquarius is because it's Five of Swords, and sometimes that's represented, you know, like in different ways, and so it's very Aquarian moon type of energy in a way, but it's not a negative thing. It's like, it's like the flip side of it, if that even makes sense. It doesn't necessarily mean it's like, oh, I have an Aquarius moon, it must be me. No. Delete that. Like, it's an energy that I'm referring to. This is an energy that isn't comfortable with communicating. Now, if you know that you're comfortable with communicating, this isn't you. This is an energy that would be uncomfortable with communicating. That would be very indecisive. That would have a lot of people. That would be entertaining a lot of people. It would always be like, what's the next best thing? Like, somebody who has a fear of missing out. Like, this is that type of energy. And I feel like they kind of got like something shaken up for them, especially with the Tower. But with the Four of Cups and the Three of Swords, this person feels like they missed out. They really feel ignored. They feel missed out. They feel like they are left out. They didn't see what was being handed to them because of whatever was going on in the past. So I feel like this King of Swords, you have the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So they're going through a process of healing with the Four of Swords, the Lovers, and the Sun card. They know about some type of a connection, like they're well aware of it. They feel like they might have missed an opportunity, but they're in some type of a period right now of deep reflection, seeking enlightenment to some degree, or clarity to some degree. What's this Lovers about? Six of Swords. So it's like wanting to move forward, and then you have the Eight of Wands with the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So with the Four of Swords here, it's like hoping, wishing that something can move forward, but at a very slow pace. This is also very Aquarian energy. With the Six of Swords, it's Aquarius energy, very Aquarian type of energy. It's like having hope, wanting to move forward, wanting to come out of some type of... It's like wanting to move away from the Five of Swords, wanting to move away from arguments, wanting to move away from feeling separated, wanting to move away from feeling at a distance, especially with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Could be an apology, somebody could be traveling, somebody could want to travel, somebody could be coming in with quick communication, could be going out with friends, you could meet somebody new. It's really open at this point in time, especially with where the Queen of Swords is at. And I feel like as the reader to the viewer, I feel like you guys are the Queen of Swords. And I feel like this information is mainly pertaining to the other person who you could be connecting with. But I feel like with this Queen of Swords, it's like you're focused on your future, you're focused on the truth and breaking conditionings that you know. Like, you're like, I don't need to repeat this because I've already learned it. Emperor. So it's, you're going towards some type of a more action-taking position, or you have this coming towards you. Need more information on the Emperor, please. So we had the Death card that wanted to fall out, but it didn't. Kind of got stuck on my finger. So this could be a transformation. Could be the same person coming back around. Six of Wands. Moving. This is also recognition. You could be receiving attention from another person or some type of Emperor type of energy. It's like recognition for hard work. You have clarity towards something. Oh, you have the Empress, the Star, and the Hierophant. Either you basically just packed your bags and you're like, fuck this, I'm going towards my Emperor. And it's like they're coming. Like whoever this person is, whether it's a new person or somebody from the past, they're coming. Right now, with the Empress, the Star card, and the Hierophant, this is something that's very guided. This is something that is very sacred also. Strong Aquarius, Taurus energy here. This is also recognition of like personal morals, even like holding yourself at high regards, holding yourself at high standards, holding yourself in a position of power, holding yourself in a position of just a position of high regard, like viewing yourself highly, like honoring yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself. The balance between the masculine and the feminine, knowing when to take action, when to take a step back. But with the Six of Wands in between with the Emperor here, I feel like you're either moving towards this Emperor or this Emperor is coming in with the Six of Wands. This is a victory after a battle. So this Emperor, it's like, I don't know. Like you might go through this situation and then you might meet somebody new. Or this could be somebody who you know already. But we did have the Two of Cups that wanted to pop out before I started the read. The World. Somebody's very stressed out. Somebody's moving towards some type of solid commitment. So this is either, again, it's not telling me if this is somebody new or if this is somebody from the past. You have a counterpart situation here. You're going to have to use your best judgment on whether or not it's the same connection that you're dealing with or if you have something new coming towards you. And believe me when I say that, like, you got to listen to your intuition, because if you've been doing the same thing over and over again with the same energies and it's like still not changing, you're not getting anywhere with this person, use your best judgment again, like, because I would never tell somebody to stay in a situation that isn't fulfilling, but I also I don't live your life. This is a general reading, right? So you have something coming towards you. I know that I've been saying that, but it's coming towards you. It's just like you gotta, like, I'm hearing the term like kiss a couple frogs before you get to like the real prince. Or it's like weeding out something. It's like weeding out like these little things, and it's like testing your commitment, testing your ability to love yourself, testing your ability to stand up for yourself, like all these little things. And it's like finally leading up to something, whether it's growth between a connection that already exists and these are two people who are growing together, and it's like that's beautiful energy, and I would never want to take that away from somebody and be like, no, it's not them, because it very much well could be, but you know your situation. If you don't have contact with somebody and you know that energy is not there, like, I'm sorry, but it might be somebody new, which is also a blessing in a way if you think about it. So say, for example, this is the person who I've been reading, and this is the person from the past. This person's stressed out about how they're going to make some type of offer, and they know that they have to come correct over anything. They know that they can't come in with some bullshit. They know that they have to come in being held accountable, taking action. They know who they're dealing with. 100%. You guys could have been through a cycle of almost a year, 7, 8 months, 9 months, 12 months. It's literally here. 2 years even. Or you've known them for 2 years or soon to be. There's something that's very fated about how this is going to go down. Very, very fated. And it's like, don't let up on like this Knight of Pentacles type of energy. It's like, stay reliable, stay committed to what it is that you know. To that what your dreams are, what your visions are. Because the Knight of Pentacles is committed. It's something reliable. It's the slowest moving knight in the deck, but it's like long-term commitment. I don't know, I'm hearing something like about cold feet. I don't know what that's about. You could have been dealing with somebody who felt like they wasted time in the past. Like, now if this is somebody entirely new, this is somebody who's like watching you grow, be successful, getting a lot of attention. Like, they're watching you. Like, they're watching you like bloom into like a new person, like almost every like couple weeks. Like, I don't know how else to put that. Like, if you have social media and stuff, this person would be like keeping an eye on you from a distance. Like, just watching how you grow, watching like, and that tells me that there's some type of time involved in this. Like, this person has been watching enough to see your growth. Enough to take note of it as well. Now, if this is something completely new, like completely new, you might meet this person when you least expect it. And it could be somewhere public or somewhere where there's a lot of people. Or like a group of people. Like a group of friends could like have a get together and like you meet this person there. Or you could go somewhere with people, like a community thing, depending on what's going on in your area due to the virus and stuff. But this is also like growth and understanding in a way of, it's like people coming together. And then it's like, so I don't know, like you might be like, I don't know, maybe you go to like an outdoor event or something and you meet somebody there. Or maybe you go to a concert or something, an outdoor concert or something, and it's like you're going to meet somebody, or you're going to like travel somewhere to meet somebody, especially with the Eight of Wands. Or this person's going to travel to you, or you're going to meet this person while traveling. Or this is somebody communicating that they want to come and see you, that they want to reconcile, that they want to have victory, that they want to move forward, that they want to overcome whatever this was in the past, that they want to, rebuild some type of foundation. So you have look for a sign. Tells me that you could be seeing synchronicities. Trust. Ask for help from others. This could be the one at the bottom of the deck. So you're seeing something, or you're going to start to see something, you're going to start to piece something together. Ask for help from others is like, for me, that takes on so many meanings. Like, it could be, connect with your spirit guides. It could be talk to your ancestors. This could also be like people close to you who you can trust. Like, make sure that you're talking to people who genuinely have your best interest at heart, that aren't going to give you a biased opinion, or who aren't going to just tell you something because that's what you want to hear. Like, make sure that you're confiding in the right people. Make sure that, that you are... Make sure that you're, again, with this trust, and ask for help from others. It's like, trust whatever process you're in, because you're being guided. Like, obviously with the look for a sign, like look for signs along the way and trust this process, and don't be afraid to ask your guides or to ask source or to connect with the land to reground yourself during this process. Because again, with ask for help from others, that's also kind of like a sign for me, and like a cue for me as a reader, that again there could be exterior energies that have an influence over what this is. So make sure that you're trusting yourself, that you're trusting your own judgment during this time. And this could be the one at the bottom of the deck. It's like you've already met the romantic partner that you seek, so this very much well could be somebody that you already know, but this could be the one. So trust the process, because trust how this is going to unfold. Look for a sign. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the person like right in front of you. Like it could be, like source has a way, and the universe has a way of really giving us what we least expect. So take that into consideration, and I'll leave it at that. So I wish everybody the best. I just want to say thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. It really means the world to me. I love you guys so much, and best of luck, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care.